Welcome to Casa de María. This is a space for writers, artists, and cultural storytellers who believe that our words carry memory, meaning, and responsibility. Here, we gather to reflect on craft, honored lived experience, and explore ethical pathways to publishing and creative growth. I am your host, Dr. Vilma Luz Cabal, founder of Casa de María Publisher, and I am grateful you are here. Welcome to Casa de María. In the last episode, we spoke about what it means to launch with care, about why Casa de María Publisher chose to enter public life not through a traditional ribbon-cutting ceremony, but through a public event at Yale University's Dwight Hall Center for Public Service and Social Justice. We spoke about stewardship, about the responsibility that comes with holding stories while they are still forming, and about how something begins often tells you everything about what it intends to become. Today, I want to continue that conversation through a single image, because care does not live only in philosophy. It lives in symbols, in place, and in what we choose to carry forward. This episode is the story behind our logo. Right now, I'm recording right at the writer's circle, not too far from our mango tree. The image you see in the Casa de María logo is not symbolic in the abstract. It's actually grounded in the real. The tree in our logo represents the actual mango tree that stands on the land where Casa de María Publisher is rooted. It has been there for as long as my grandparents owned this land. Before this place held writing circles, it held labor, hard labor, enduring labor. My grandparents were sugarcane sharecroppers. They worked this land for decades before they were able to purchase it in the 1950s. Ownership did not come easily. It came through repetition, heat, exhaustion, and persistence. It was through work that was necessary but rarely honored. The mango tree stood through all of that. My uncle would take breaks beneath its shade, not rest as luxury, but rest as survival. Shade mattered. It allowed the body to pause long enough to continue. It offered relief in work that did not come with easy stopping points. And the tree bore fruit then as it does now. Mangoes arrive in abundance, quietly, reliably, season after season. When I think about memoir, I think about that, about what remains after the labor is done, about what continues to bear fruit long after the original hands have left the field. And this is where the tree becomes more than just family history. It becomes a way of understanding authorship. An author stands much like this tree stands, rooted in history, shaped by what came before, enduring seasons of difficulty, silence, and slow growth that are rarely visible from the outside. The roots are not ornamental. They are what allow the tree to remain standing. For writers, those roots are memory, culture, language, and lived experience. They are the stories inherited, the ones witnessed, and the ones carried quietly for years before they even reach the page. When an author writes, they are not simply producing a book. They are planting seeds seeds of thought, seeds of memory, seeds of possibility. Those seeds take root in readers. They shape how people understand themselves, their histories, and their responsibilities to one another. And in time, those ideas become nourishment for the next generation of writers. This is how a larger body of knowledge is formed, not through speed, but through continuity, not through extraction, but through care. A book, like fruit, is meant to be shared, and when it is held with intention, it becomes a contribution that keeps giving long after the author has stepped back from the page. Today, that same mango tree shades our writing circles during in-person retreats. Writers sit beneath it with notebooks in their laps. They read aloud. They listen. They allow silence. They give their work the time it needs to take form. And during our summer retreat in 2026, it will be the same tree that gathers us again, offering shade as writers come together to write, to reflect, and to decide what stories they are ready to carry forward. The labor has changed. We are no longer harvesting sugarcane. Now we are harvesting poetry, novels, screenplays, photo books, cultural cookbooks. This work is slower, but it is not lighter. Writing asks for endurance. It asks us to sit with memory without rushing it, to shape narrative without distorting truth, to choose carefully what we preserve and what we release. This is where the second element of our logo enters the story. Beneath that tree, there is a book. And that book is not separate from the tree. It is rooted in it. The book represents what happens when memory is given structure, when lived personal experience is handled with care, and when stories are shaped rather than just loosely put together. The tree does not grow out of the book. The book rests beneath the tree, because writing here does not begin in abstraction. It begins in land, in labor, in lineage. The open pages reflect the work we do at Casa de María Publisher. This is a place of invitation, not gatekeeping, of knowledge shared, not hoarded, of stories honored. The tree gives shade, the book gives form, and together they hold the work. Casa de María exists to support writers. Casa de María also understands this is a huge responsibility. Writers who are willing to stand rooted in truth, to bear fruit with integrity, and to trust that their work will travel farther than they can see. Our logo is not an aspiration. It is a reflection of authors who stand with depth, of stories that nourish beyond their moments, and of contributions that do not disappear once they are released and published into the world. In our upcoming episode, After Survival, Choosing Voice, I will be joined by Daisy Plaza, author of the book, I Did It For Her. This conversation is about what happens after survival, after the body has endured, after the immediate danger has passed, when that question is no longer, can I survive this? But how do I speak from it? We're going to talk about what writing gave back to her, about what hopes someone who is still surviving can hear when they encounter her story, and about what survival looks like today, when it is no longer defined only by endurance, but by choice. This is a conversation about voice as an act of agency, about authorship as a step beyond survival. I hope you will join us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for spending this time with me. If today's conversation resonated, I invite you to explore our free webinars, writing retreats in Puerto Rico, and our curated anthologies at Casa de María Publisher. Your voice matters. Your story deserves care. Until next time, write with intention and courage. Pen your passion. Publish your promise at Casa de María Publisher.